Hi, everyone. So I'm going to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
I can, yes.
Okay, thank you. So as I presented last week, my idea was to create a timeline that shows political events compared to statistics and numbers about the COVID. I explored the Ministry of Health dashboard with a lot of COVID numbers and graphs. And I wanted to compare it with an election of like a timeline of the government, which I found out to be very not helpful because the transparency is wasn't that good. I mean, a lot of the information was pretty shallow and not much to kind of like mapping things that were crucial in the pandemic. So I've contacted, after a lot of research, I've contacted two people that helped me. Sorry. Okay, sorry. One of them was Yael Fickenstein, which is an economic student that agreed to share some of her statistics, numbers, and knowledge about political decision on the economic aspect in the pandemic. And another one was Idan Benjamin, which is a reporter, political government reporter, that he's about to publish a really big article about, you call it 100 wrong decisions that happened in the pandemic right now before the election. So I went over a lot of things that they told me over Zoom conversation and some of their articles and data. I managed to collect so far from March until October, 7 months. So there's more progress ongoing. And this is the most important events that happened. And I think there is still some of them that needs to be added because not all the information are common public. So I need to still dig inside. Along to this, I've created a lot of statistics about positive tests, number in daily, difficult patient. So my decision was to take this project as a challenge and approach to P5, which is not something that I'm super good at, but it was an opportunity for me to develop the skills. So my initial idea was to make it double language. So I have to each statistic and Excel file, I have and it in Hebrew too. It was pretty ambitious to think I could manage this in a week, but going forward, the final sketch will have it in both language. Maybe I can see you in full screen. Can you see it?
Yes, wow.
So the graph is pretty stressful. I mean, seeing it the first time, I thought about all this area it doesn't look good. Some decisions were made wrong, I think. And going through the slider, I can see the political events in those 10 months and how it affected on the graph of the COVID. And it's a bunch of positive tests, deceits, difficult patients, as I showed in the Excel sheets. I think one of the crucial moments, obviously, it's over here when the graph showed that these extreme lines. And in September, first of all, there is a lot of resigning people in this 10 months. More than 7 people resigned from their job in a very crucial time. So it's something else that
Political,
causes this.
political figures or?
No, like out of the budget, a lot of ministers in the financial office too. Yeah, a lot of people in the government resign. I didn't wrote why, although I could find the reasons, but I wanted to be a little bit objective about it. I think also in September with the prime minister going to United States was also something that created a lot of issues. Our prime minister flew to United States to sign the peace agreement with the United of Arab Emirates. So this causes a lot of tension in Israel, and also a lot of people flew to Dubai. So they brought with them more COVID cases. Like it all obviously affected a lot. Also, he and his political party came back from Washington and didn't quarantine. So a lot of people, this is where like you see this really like line is going down and up in a very weird way. So yeah, I think a lot of this decision was the cause for this dramatic differences. So yeah, it's just for 10 months right now. And I think the next 5 months is still very important. So there's still a lot of data to collect and analyze. And yeah, there's a scope of improvement, of course. Also in the graphic part, I find out that P5 is really hard to make it more aesthetically. Maybe I don't know how to do it yet, but yeah. So there's a few things that I would look forward to keep working on terms of collecting more data, make it more nice and easy to see this timeline, because right now it's still not the final design that I think is what I wanted. I mean, there's something that needs to be improved in terms of slider, of the graph and everything. But yeah, it was very interesting. Also, good opportunity to work with P5 and learn how to use statistics and Excel sheets in P5. So yeah.